In a few days, representatives from countries around the world are going to gather to advance the negotiations of a treaty aimed at reducing plastic waste. These treaty negotiations are very important as we are at a critical inflection point when it comes to the world's use of plastic. On one hand, plastic has been one of the single most useful materials to humankind in the last century. But at the same time, it has turned into one of the most pervasive pollutants and critical threats to the health of our planet. We are living in a world that is becoming more and more inundated with plastic. Over 430 million metric tons of new plastic are produced every year, and more than 11 million metric tons end up in the environment or oceans every year, and it stays there as a pollutant, some say for a few hundred years or more. I mean, just look at this mountain of waste behind me, and most of it is plastic. Plastic waste is piling up and up. Now, I've been diving all over the world and have seen many places in the ocean that are loaded with plastic garbage. I've also had the opportunity to test for microplastic all over the world, and that's even more shocking. I mean, you can be miles from civilization in the most incredibly pristine, crystal clear blue waters and not see one piece of plastic anywhere. Yet no matter where you test, you still can find hundreds or even thousands of microplastic particles in every cubic meter of water. Now, even more problematic is that all of that plastic is getting into the food chain. And studies have shown it to be in human blood, in human breast milk, in our lower respiratory systems, and all in the majority of people that were tested. And that probably means it's in all of us. And no one really knows the health consequences of that. I mean, it is a crisis, and it is a crisis that requires collective action. Unlike other environmental issues where it can be easier for a company to make substantial progress alone, plastic waste is different. I mean, solving the plastic problem takes all stakeholders in the entire plastic ecosystem, from producers that make the products, retailers who sell them, to people who buy, use, and dispose of them, to the recyclers who convert them and sell them back to producers. I mean, everyone has to work collectively together in this cycle to make it work. And the single most important stakeholder, in my view, is the government. Plastic waste has no boundaries. We share the oceans, we share one planet, and we're all interdependent. And effective regulation, both at the country level and at the international level, is the only way that we're going to make progress at the pace we need. I mean, look behind me. We can't keep going on the path that we're on. The solution to this problem can only lie in our collective efforts and the collective efforts of every stakeholder in the plastic ecosystem. We are not just fighting for the health of our planet, we are fighting for our health and the health of our children.